I'm here. My name is John Healy. I'm the principal here at Mallow and Charleville campus, and I'm joined by Suzanne. Suzanne, do you want to introduce
Hi.
yourself to us?
Hi everyone, my name's Suzanne. I'm the guidance counsellor here at Mallow campus, so delighted to be online with you today.
Excellent. So, what we're going to be doing today, guys, we're going to be talking through who we are, the different locations that we have courses on, the different courses we can offer. Suzanne's going to talk a bit about funding and guidance, and then we're going to go through the application process. So, we're part of Cork College of Fit. Cork College of Fit is one college, 7 campuses, of 4,000 students with 200 plus courses on offer. So, for us in particular, we have courses available in Mallow and Charleville. So the mission statement for Cork College of Faith is that there's a pathway for every learner. So that's something that we pride ourselves on here. There is a pathway for everyone. We have a number of options available. So if you do want to look at everything we have on offer, we'd advise you go to our website, mallowcampus.ie. So just some general highlights of studying with Mallow campus and what you can expect. So we have excellent progression opportunities, which we'll discuss further in a second. Also progression opportunities onto employment. A lot of our courses lead on to getting jobs. We have an extensive range of courses in both Mallow and Charleville. Our facilities are constantly being updated, so we have very modern facilities in both Mallow and Charleville. And there's a number of student supports available to everyone as well. So grants, which Suzanne will be talking about shortly. We have a laptop loan scheme, guidance and disability support, which Suzanne will be touching on. We have an Erasmus program, so every year we send a number of students abroad for 2 weeks where they complete work placements in their area of study. Also, there's an option to go abroad for 3 months to Malta and again 3 months work placement. That's all funded by the EU, so it's a great opportunity for all our students. Also, then we have study skills available. We understand that some people might have been out of education for a while. They're coming back to us. So we have study skills in place that will help people with academic support and writing and all that. So there's a number of supports available to guide you into becoming a student with us in Mallow or Charleville. So one important announcement is that for 25-26, there's no fees. So all our courses will have a €50 registration fee. There is some courses in that there may be a cost for a kit, but to be honest, the costs have reduced significantly. So for anyone that's thinking about applying for a course with us, that's some good news for you. Also, there's no CEO points needed, so that's an added bonus as well. So myself and Susanna are going to talk through some of the courses we have on offer. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to go to our website and show you how that works. So this is our website here. So I'm just going to go through the departments, and then Suzanne is going to talk through some of the courses we have on offer. So we've a number of courses available. So in our applied sciences, you can see we have animal care. We have a number of business and admin courses. We have our networking course. We have hair and beauty and personal training courses. Health, children and social studies. So that's a mixture of social studies, childcare, early learning care, and all that sort of stuff. Then we have personal training. We have apprenticeship, so we do the hairdressing apprenticeship here. We also do the carpentry and joinery apprenticeship. These are our courses in Charleville Centre. And new for this year then we have a degree course, which is through the National Tertiary Office in Mental Health Nursing. So Suzanne, maybe we might start with that one if that's okay. We'll just guide us through what's involved in our mental health nursing course in conjunction with
Brilliant.
MTU
Well,
Kerry.
I'm delighted to talk about, and I'm so happy that we have this on offer. So basically, you can apply through Mallow Campus for the Bachelor of Science Honours in Mental Health Nursing, and this program is run like in conjunction with MTU Kerry. The idea is that you would start in Mallow Campus as a student of both Mallow Campus and MTU Kerry, and then continue on your studies all the way to your degree to becoming a qualified mental health nurse. And this is just, I suppose, it's an amazing opportunity, something I'm really excited about and so happy that we offer. If you think of mental health nursing, I suppose it's really looking for people who are caring, compassionate, who want a sense of meaning in their lives, who are looking for that purpose of being able to help individuals, be that kind of safe harbour for people who are struggling. We know mental health is such an important issue in this country at the moment. It's something that's mental health care is always changing. So this is an exciting career and a chance to really, really help individuals and their families. I suppose traditionally the route was you did, really, really well in your leaving cert, got those points, or maybe you applied as a mature student. But I think we're really missing we're missing out on amazing people, I suppose, by sticking with that route. This opens it up to people of all experience. Maybe you're an LCA student, but you're going for that distinction, and you have that kind of personality who would be an amazing mental health nurse. We're welcoming your applications. Maybe you're in school, but you're worried about not getting those points for nursing. Here is another way that we're providing for, or I suppose I'm just putting out a call as well to anyone who's maybe working in healthcare, or maybe you're working in a job and you're just not feeling fulfilled. I suppose this is a message even to you to have a look at this course on our website. I know from experience, I suppose, from being a guidance counsellor, you can rapidly transform your life in 5 years. And it's an amazing opportunity for
It's a
people.
great opportunity. And while we're just on, I suppose, healthcare and nursing and all that side of it,
Hmm.
so we have the nursing studies QQI award, and as well
Yeah,
pre-paramedic studies and healthcare support. So like,
yeah.
especially I suppose if we look at the pre-paramedic studies, that's something that we've done. But this year, people have the opportunity of completing the EMT course with this as well, with all
Yeah.
costs covered. So it's a great
This the
opportunity.
the pre-paramedic studies course that we are offering this year is just unbelievable. If I could do it myself in the morning, I would. Because not only are you going to qualify actually as a healthcare assistant, so that's one career that you can get from doing our pre-paramedic studies. You also have all of the progression links to all of the nursing programs. So if you wanted to use this as a stepping stone into midwifery or general nursing or mental health nursing, you can use this course for that as well. But you're going to be learning all about, like, I suppose, life in the emergency services. And for our students who are here and doing well on the course, Cork ATB is actually giving you the opportunity to provide free training as an emergency medical technician, so as an EMT. So by the end of the year, you could actually be a healthcare assistant, an EMT, and have the opportunity not only to progress to those nursing programs, but also progress onto UCC to their paramedicine degree, or to paramedic science in UL. So it is really, really fantastic, whether you want to just use this to get out and work, or whether you want to use this to progress your career further. It is excellent. And I suppose you'll find as well that the support and the learning and the teachers that you have here in the campus are just second to none.
Oh, no, it's really good. And just to mention there, I suppose we have a number of courses in Charleville as well. You can see them there: beauty
Mhm.
therapy, business studies for adults, healthcare assistant, office admin, personal training, secretarial, and SNA. So they're all available in Charleville. So for anyone watching, I suppose then just to highlight, we do have more, I suppose, practical courses then as well. If
Mhm.
people want to look at, so our beauty and hairdressing, Suzanne, on offer as well.
Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, I think, we're living in a world now, John, where, we're looking at things like AI and how they're going to change the future for us. And there are certain careers that will never be replaced by AI, you know what I mean? And especially when you look at trades, where you look at things like beauty and spa therapy, you'll never replace that with a robot. Those kind of skills and those kind of care, those careers are going to last, and outlast AI. Particularly hairdressing is a really rewarding career. And remember, these are trades, that you can travel the world with. If you have that sense of adventure, you can go to Australia in the morning and bring your qualifications with you. So really, really exciting careers. And people are making great careers and great money from those. So fantastic courses to look at as well.
Excellent. And I suppose then, just before we go into our business, just networking. So networking is anyone who's looking to go into the sort of computing side of it, but there's good links to progression out of that as well, Suzanne, isn't
Oh,
there?
fantastic. Like and I suppose the thing about the network administrator course, if you're, for example, a student in school, or maybe you have a particular interest in computing, it's hard to know exactly what you're good at without trying it. I think what's lovely about our network administrator is you're going to get a sense for, coding, the kind of software side, but also, the networking, the hardware. You're going to get a really, really good foundation and grounding in a lot of different areas, which makes you make a better decision going forward. You can progress into like IT management, you can go on to software development, you can, go on to computer networking. So the links and progression opportunities to university are vast, and in universities across Ireland. So a really, really good one to consider if that's your thing.
Yes. And I suppose, look, we have a number of business courses. Then we have, be it level 5 or level 6, and I suppose they're getting a business admin award, but you have options. So like we have business with English, where you'll focus on the business with English. Digital marketing, you'll do your business subjects, but you do electives then in digital marketing and marketing practice. Um, Medical office administrator. So again, you get your business award, but we do stuff like A&P, and we do medical terminology. But also as part of that, we do Socrates, which is the GP software that's used across the country. So in general, there's a load of options there, Suzanne, in the business side of things.
Yeah, I think, I mean, as an all-rounder, like a qualification in business admin is just fantastic. And I think particularly for students who maybe, they like doing things, they like being active, you know what I mean? When you're learning the different Microsoft packages, you're always doing something and doing something practical. Maybe you're like, oh, I don't really want to go to Mallow campus now and be writing essays or big long assignments. These courses aren't like that. They're very, very practical in nature. But also, I suppose, whether you want to progress on. So like there's amazing links from these as well. Like, you do something like office administrator course, you can progress on to like commerce, business information systems in UCC. Like the links are there for you. And we've had students practically every year, the last number of years, progressing to law in UCC from these programs. So, amazing opportunities out of them. And they're one of the I suppose, the courses, because of the practical nature, because you can do so much by the end of the year. We have actually, employers that will contact the college and say, look, I need somebody in my office, or I'm a solicitor, I'm looking for somebody, can you recommend somebody? So they're great ones for employment, or for developing your career in a different way. And even the things you learn in them, John, I mean, even if you're not going to pursue a career in them, learning more about your, payroll and things like that, how you're paid,
Yes, definitely.
understanding this is really, really good life skill.
No, so there's some loads of options there. So
Mhm.
again, that's just a flavour of what we have on offer. So if you go to our website, Cork College of Faith, so go to mallowcampus.ie, and then click on our courses or perspectives, you'll see everything that we have on offer. So hopefully that just gives you a flavour of what we have on offer across our Mallow and Charleville campus. So Suzanne, you might just guide us through then. If let's say I'm a potential student looking to sign up, what are my funding options if I was to start the course in September?
Yeah, so I suppose, look, the first thing is, do look into this. Like, I suppose if you are eligible for funding, it's really important to try and get that information, which you can actually access on our website, mallowcampus.ie, under fees and funding, and look into it and go about it now, so that you can ask those questions and understand it and apply in time. I suppose the first one, just to mention, is the SUSI student maintenance grant. That is the main source of financial funding for students in Ireland. Now, there are eligibility criteria that you have to meet, and those are all very, very clear on the SUSI website. They even have like an eligibility tool. You can answer some questions to find out if you are going to be eligible. Basically, I suppose they are strict that you have to be living in Ireland for the last, or another EU country for the last 3 years, and they do look at your family income. And I suppose the other factor then, which determines how much you get, is your distance from the college. So if you're eligible, I suppose one thing that I want people to know about SUSI is that you apply for SUSI before you even know what course you're going to do. All right. So maybe you're applying to Mallow campus and somewhere else. It doesn't really matter. Like, SUSI will ask you to put one course down on the SUSI application. But the most important thing is, if it's your first time applying to SUSI, apply before the 10th of July. That's the deadline for SUSI application. So well before you even start in Mallow campus, we want you to look at SUSI, find out if you're eligible, and get that application in. And if you are eligible, you would be eligible for the maintenance grant coming to us, and that will be like 9 monthly payments paid into your bank account every time every time or every month while you're a student with us. Now, if you are on a social welfare payment, okay, so with the Department of Social Protection, there are other options. The main one being the Back to Education allowance. Now, this is a scheme that that allows you to basically keep all of your benefits, all of your existing benefits, while you're a full-time student at Mallow campus. So the form that you would get there is on welfare.ie, or you can get it from your local DSP office, and you fill that out usually around the end of August. Give that back to them, and if you're eligible, you can keep all your payments. And even if you have like a dependent, so if you have a child or somebody under 18 that's in full-time education, you can get an additional once-off payment of €500. So that's a great help to kind of get you adjusted and back to education, you know. Um, there is a VITAS scheme as well, but I must say, so VITAS is another scheme for people who are over 21 and who are on social welfare payments. However, the VITAS places are very, very limited, to be fair. And I suppose, look, it might advantage you if you don't have dependents and you have to travel a good bit to get to the college, because there is a small travel allowance, but you won't get that like 500 payment and things like that. So but definitely look into both of them, and see. VITAS, you apply directly to Mallow campus, so you can contact the college for that application form if you want. The last one just to mention is the PLC bursary for displaced persons. So if you are Ukrainian and you would like to come to Mallow campus, you can go to gov.ie. Now, I know the application form is not out yet, but keep an eye on gov.ie for the PLC bursary, and that is a bursary that you can apply for and get while you study with us for a full-time course.
Excellent, Suzanne. Thank you. So that was a great overview of what's on offer. So again, if you do have any questions on those, go to the website, mallowcampus.ie, and all those different options are on there. So just moving on then, Suzanne. So obviously, look, you're our guidance counsellor, and there's a number of different things that you're involved in across the campus, and as a great support to all our students. So do you want to just talk through what I suppose your role and all that is?
Yeah, I suppose, look, it's just really important that like that when you come to Mallow campus, like not only will you have like supportive teachers, you'll have an amazing course coordinator, who you can always talk to, but you can also meet with me, with the guidance service for, confidential one-to-one appointments. And that could really be for anything. Sometimes I joke at the start of the year that I'm a one-stop shop for anything that's going on for you. But that could be about, maybe your future goals. Maybe it's looking for information. Maybe it's support with getting you into the workplace. Maybe it's finding out and applying for, university. So we'll do a lot of support around CAO and university applications. Maybe it's personal support. Yeah. So we don't want you to feel alone either when you're settling into college, and maybe when you're trying to juggle and manage things that are going on in your life. So there's always support here at Mallow campus, and all you have to do is reach out. So we've access to whether that's counselling that you need. There's already somebody to go to. And we also like organize stuff for you. So we like to put input. We'll get in guest speakers from universities. There's a recruitment day organized. So whether your focus is progressing on and using us as a stepping stone, or going into employment, you're going to get everything that you need when you come to Mallow campus.
Excellent, Suzanne. So loads of support available, and I suppose just to mention as well with the disability support. So if someone
Yeah.
gets extra help with school, or they have missing, that's something that we can help as well with, Suzanne, isn't it?
100%. Yeah. So look, I suppose the important thing is sometimes when people, hear, oh, disability support, oh no, that's not me. I've just this or just that. Please look, I suppose disability is very, very broad. It could be maybe a learning difficulty. It could be physical. It could be an ongoing health problem. It could be mental health. There are supports that we can put in place for you if you have like a verified disability. So if you've ever had some kind of assessment or diagnosis from your consultant or a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and you've got help maybe in school, let me know. Okay, so I suppose I would inform all our students at the start of the year to make contact with me, and I can meet with you and give you all of the information you need. And we can put supports in place for you. Maybe that's extra supports for exams or throughout the year. Okay, so I suppose don't be shy. I suppose that the main thing is just to contact us, let us know, and maybe root out that paperwork as well. Usually people have documentation or reports that they have at home and they're not sure where they are. So I urge you just to get those from your school or from the attic or wherever they are, and bring those to us at the start of the year.
Excellent, Suzanne. Thanks. So loads of supports available for anyone that's thinking about applying. So finally, then I'm just going to take through people how you would apply for a course. So it's a very straightforward process. So just go to our website, mallowcampus.ie, pick the course you're thinking about applying for, click apply, you'll enter all your details. You'll then be called for an interview. Now, the interview can be a scary word. It's not like a formal interview. It's more of a relaxing thing where you have a chat with your people interviewing you. But Suzanne, it's a very sort of relaxed thing versus a formal job interview, isn't it? It's very different.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, remember, look, interviews are a two-way thing. Very often a lot of the interview will be us wanting to give you information so that you really understand what you're applying for. There's information on the website, but there's information we can give at the interview that can really help you understand what the next steps are.
So following that, then you'd receive an offer from the college, and once you pay your €50 registration fee, upload all your documents that are required, then you become a registered student, and you'll be called for orientation then in September. And just to remember, if English is not your first language, then you may be called for an English language assessment as well. So finally, we just invite you to follow us on our social media channels. So we have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and just if you do want to look at all the different videos of the courses we have available, go to our YouTube channel where you'll see all our courses. So again, thanks for tuning in, and if you do want any further information, head to mallowcampus.ie.